Okay, so I think we're going to get started. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our meeting this evening. My name is Nancy Molina, and I work in our Family Engagement Office. We call this group of parents our Parents Network, but really it's a place where we try to showcase different aspects of PUSD and really listen to a lot of the topics that some of our parents would like to learn more about. This evening, we have a very special guest, and it's all around math, at-home math strategies for different grade levels. But before I get ahead of myself, I'm going to just translate one more time for those that are maybe joining us a little bit later in this evening. Um, Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Nancy Molina, trabajo en el distrito con la oficina de familias y comunidad. Si ocupa traducción esta noche, si nos hace favor, por favor, de abajo de la pantalla hay un globo. Si oprime el botón del globo, va a poder seleccionar el idioma de español y de allí lo va a llevar directamente a un cuarto donde la señorita Diana va a poder traducirle toda la presentación en español. Okay, so thank you so much. I guess, Kim, Miss Knudsen, if you could take us to the next slide, please.
Yes.
Thank you. So as I had mentioned before, my name is Nancy Molina. I'm the Assistant Coordinator of Community Outreach in our Family and Community Engagement Office. And then my colleague is also joining me.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jasmine Harris, and I too work in the Family and Community Engagement Office and Enrollment as a senior community advocate, supporting parent groups and offering workshops such as these. So, thank you for joining us.
And we actually also have our Director for Family Engagement and Enrollment, Dr. Shannon Mumolo.
Good evening, everyone. I'm sorry my camera's off this evening. Like many of you, I'm a busy working parent going from one meeting over at Longfellow, shuttling my daughter over to Muir for softball practice. So I just wanted to make sure and give our presenter, Kim Knudsen, a proper welcome. If you don't yet know Kim Knudsen, you're in for a treat. She and I used to teach together at Wilson Middle School. And she is a beloved teacher of the year. You know, the kids just loved her because she found ways to make math fun and engaging through music, through games. So I'm really excited that you get to hear some strategies from her tonight, and just want to welcome her. Thank you for presenting tonight, Kim.
Thank you. So sweet, so sweet. All right. I'm like trying to go to the next slide. I don't know why it's not. Let me see. Nope.
It happens to me almost at every meeting.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for that warm welcome. I really appreciate it. And I am so passionate about math. So tonight we will be talking about to experience the wonder and joy of math. And just a little bit about me. I've been in PUSD for over 30 years teaching math specialist, coach. And one of my favorite pastimes, as Mumalo said, is I used to rap in my math class. I would make up songs. I still walk into classrooms now and I just start singing. I'm like, oh, I have a song for it. Can I sing? And but I'm just so passionate about math, and I just want to help everyone create the love and joy of learning math. One of my quotes and something I truly believe in is that we want to connect, engage, and inspire so that all students are seen, heard, and valued. And I would like us to, before even this, I want to go to the chat and I want to know who's here. I want to know what grade your child is in so I can kind of find out. So I see first grade. Go in the chat. Hi. Kinder, TK. Okay, so we got the littles in the house. Eighth grade, love it. Fourth grade, ninth and sixth. All right, eighth grade, fourth grade, sixth grade. Okay, good. We got a variety of everyone in the house. Okay. All right. Fourth and seventh, third. Okay. Anyone else want to share? Um, that's awesome. I wanted to make sure that we cover all of our bases here. Ninth grade. Okay. Second. All righty. All right. If you could take a moment and just read the screen and just tell me what sticks out to you as you're reading it. So not right now, you're not going to say it out loud, but just read it for a moment. And then we can type it in the chat, a word or something that sticks out to you. All right. Um, so in the chat, just can you put out some words in the chat? I see that sticks out. Engage, experiences, actively, positive, beauty, joy, inclusive and positive, make it fun. Like I'm just smiling, like when wonder, make it fun, peaking, meaningful, wonder. Like when I say these words, if we just said these words somewhere and we said, what do you think these words are connected to? Who would have ever thought they would be connected to math, right? Who would be thinking, oh, yeah, that they're talking about the new math framework. They're talking about math. I'm sure most people would not. But guess what? This is what should be happening in math. And we get to start at home. So today, I hope through this presentation, I can encourage you, inspire you to do all those wonderful, beautiful things with your child at home, getting them to love math. So we were going to go over some things. There's Joe Bowler. She's famous for all her work that she does in math. She's up at Stanford. So she gave about 6 pieces of advice. So we're going to go through her advice and then give you some things to follow with it. Her number one, she thinks that we should encourage children to play games and puzzles. She loved this award-winning mathematician, Sarah. I'm so sorry, I got to move this out the way. Flannery reported that her math achievements and enthusiasms came not from school, but from the puzzles she was given to solve at home. Puzzles and games, anything with dice really, will help kids enjoy math and develop number sense, which is critically important. So we have some games right here. I'm going to just talk about them. The thing about the games is you get the handouts, you'll get the handouts later. Because we're online, we can't really play them. I can explain them to you, but we have a surprise session planned in May where we'll be able to play these games hands-on, but we don't want you to wait till May before you're playing with your kids. So let's look at the first one. It's like bury the bones. If you have dominoes, you would have your set of dominoes, you would place them out, and you would take one. If 2 people are playing, you can play with 3 people. Each person needs their own sheet. All the dominoes are face down, and then one person would take a domino. Say I picked up a domino and it had 2 and 3. I would get to pick, do I want to do 2 plus 3, which would give me 5, and I can cross out 5? Do I want to do 2 times 3, which is 6, and I can cross out 6? Do I want to do 3 minus 2? I can cross out 1. So those are my different options of crossing out a number. Now, the person who is able to cross out all their numbers first win the game. If you get a domino and the number's already taken, then you don't have a number to cross. It would just go in that extra pile. Any questions about that first game I just explained? No. All right. So great game with dominoes. I feel like most people have dominoes and it's a good one. The next one is called Pig. I actually really love this game. I used to play it with my students, and all you need is 2 die and scratch paper. Okay. So the goal is the first one who gets 100 points. That's your goal. And if it's my turn, player one, I get to roll the dice. I roll the dice and I get a 2 and a 3. That's 5. I'm like, okay, I'll take that 5. But I'm like, I need a higher score. I'm going to roll again. I'm going to roll again. I get 4 and 2. That's 6. So now 5 plus 6, that's 11. I was like, okay, I can do this again. I can do this again. I'm going to roll my dice again. I get 5 and 4. Now I get 9 points. Oh no, now I got 20 points. So I'm doing really, really well, right? Oops, sorry. I need to go back. Oh no. Okay. Let me see how I can go back. Oh no.
I'm back.
Sorry.
So that you can stay home running.
I'm going to escape. Okay, so here we go. And then here we go. Sorry about that. So basically, now I have 20 points. And then I will roll again. And then I get a 5 and a 6. And I have 11. So now I have 20 plus 11. Wow, I have 31 points. And I am like, you know what? I'm on a roll. I'm going to keep on rolling. Well, the next time I roll a 3 and a 1. If you roll a 1, your score for that round is a 0. So at some point you want to stop. You don't want to keep on going. If you roll 2 1s, your roll from that point and above, all your scores are 0, not just that round. So that is Pig. Any questions on Pig? I love that game.
No questions, but I know you already mentioned it, but just for everyone to know again, we will have a copy of these available like in a packet almost, the same on our webpage with the presentation as well, because there are a lot of embedded links. And so we want to make sure that you all have access to that. So I just wanted to make sure I just put that out now so you don't feel like you have to go out and look for these games. We will provide those to you.
And Dusty, that was funny. He said, we're preparing our kids for Vegas. I love it. Another thing I even wanted to say is sometimes when we're helping our kids with math, it's very stressful, not only for your child, it's also very stressful for you. So having a time where you can play math games, like it would be so great, like maybe Fun Fridays or Math Mondays, just picking a time like, oh my gosh, let's play our math game. And then adding a new math game as you go will be so great. Just a fun way to have joy, wonder. All right, so we're going to go on to our next game. And it is a video. So I'm going to have her explain this game to you, and then we'll just take a listen. Hopefully my sound works.
If you put it on slideshow, Kim, then the sound will work.
Perfect. Thank you. I'll do that.
Teachers, I'm back. I went to the conference so that you can stay home rotting on your couch. Let me show you what I learned today. Today, I learned how to play trash. If you teach elementary or middle, you need to have this game in your back pocket. And if you don't know about the extension, you have to stick around. To set it up, you arrange your cards in a traditional 10 frame. That's 5 rows on top, 5 rows on bottom. Put the draw pile in the middle. First person draws the card and then places it where it goes on the 10 frame. I drew an 8, so I'm going to put it where the 8 goes on the 10 frame. And at the same time, I'm flipping over that card and seeing where it goes. So I got a 4, and I keep going until I run into a card that I've already had. And then that card becomes the trash and my turn is over. Then player 2 gets to choose if they want to draw from the trash pile or the discard pile. And you just keep going until somebody fills up the entire 10 frame. Okay, so this game expires around 2nd grade, but I told you middle school teachers to stick around. I teach high school math, and I think it's really important for kids to have fluency with their multiplication facts. And so I loved this version of trash, but with playing it with a special deck that had just multiples of a specific number. And here you're going to watch a colleague of mine play it with multiples of 8. So the setup and rules are the same. This deck only has multiples of 8, though, so you just put them in their respective spots.
8 times is 30.
8 times 3 is 24. And trash. Okay, so I take 24. Okay, so 8 times 7 is 56. 7. 8 times 1 is 8. I already have that. Trash. 8 times 7 is 50. 8 times 4 is 32. 8 times 10 is 80. 8 times 7 is 56. Trash. This session was K through 2, but there were so many games with multiplication extensions that I'm going to use with my high schoolers. So stick around and I'll keep making more videos so that you
All right.
can stay. Teachers, I'm back. I went to the conference so that you can stay.
Okay, next one, our next slide. Okay, so those are some games you can play with: cards, dominoes, and dice. And now we're going to show you some online games. These online games are what I would call low
o yo lo
floor,
llamaría
high ceiling. What does that
para,
mean?
¿qué
Low
significa
floor is
altos
like
techos,
you
verdad?
get everybody in,
Podemos empezar que todos
but
vengan
then
con
it gets
nosotros
difficult as
y
we
se va
go.
haciendo más
Now,
difícil
these
como vamos
might be a
avanzando.
little bit too high for our pre-K and first, but I feel that I still want to show these for our older students. So here it's called Solve Me Mobile. And you would just click on the link, you will get the slide deck, and you push play. And then there is Explorer, Puzzler, and Master. So Explorer is really easy. So we want to teach the kids about balance, right? So if they're balanced and both of these have 1 and they both have to equal 10, what do you guys think that the triangle and the circle equal? Someone can just say it out loud.
What was the question?
What do we think the triangle and the circle equal? They're a balance. So
5.
5. All right, let's see. Submit. Oh, yes, good. Then it gets here, a balance. They tell us that the green is 7. We see that they're equally balanced. What is the purple diamond? Anyone can say it.
7.
Yep. See. Okay. Now it's getting a little bit different, right? Now I'm like, okay, both sides together need to equal 8. The orange side equals the blue side. So the orange is 2. What does the moon equal? Each orange shape equals 2.
4.
Love it. I love hearing kids too. Let's see. So keeps on going. All right. This one's a little more challenging. Okay. Now, remembering that both sides equal each other, we know that each purple heart equals 2. So what does the red one equal?
4.
Let's see. Let's see. All right. Okay. We can just keep on playing and playing. I'm going to let it go. But there's tons of these puzzles out there for you to play. That was Solve Me Mobile. Now we're going to go to Bad Calculator. Bad Calculator. We're going to click on this. Bad Calculator. No need to sign in with Google. Skip creating account. Here's your levels. So we'll start at level 1. Okay. So basically, right here, it says 0 to 23. So I want to get to 23. I'm starting at 0. The only things that I can do to 0 are these 2 things. I can add a 5 and I can subtract a 1. Now up here, it says, let's see if I could do it in less than 7 moves or equal to 7 moves. Over here, it says, can you do it in 13 moves? That would be a challenge to do it exactly in 13 moves. All right. So if I can get someone from the audience to tell me what I should do. You're either going to tell me +5 -1 +5 -1 +5, whatever. So anyone want to speak up?
+5.
Okay, +5. That's one move. Go ahead.
Keep going.
+5.
Okay, +5. +5.
How many moves they got? 2 moves.
What else should I do? +5 or -1?
+5.
+5. What else should we do?
You go +5 over.
We're going to do +5. And now what should we do?
-1.
-1. And then
-1.
-1. Okay. Woo! We got it in 7. Now, the challenge would be, can we do it in 13 moves? And then you could replay that puzzle. You could reset it, replay it, or you can move on to another one. So let me see right here, back to level 1, and then you can go on to 2. So from here, you need to get from 20, right here, you need to get from 20 to 19. And what you have in front of you, you have a add 5, add 3, -16. They would like you to do it in less than or equal to 4 moves. But the challenge would be, can you do it in 6 exact moves? So anyone else want to help with this one? Sometimes having pencil and paper would be great if you're at home playing with your students, I mean your child later on, but we're starting at 20 and we need to get to 19. Anyone want to help? Okay, I'll try to do something. So I'll do +5 -16 +5 +5. Woo! I made the target. I did it in 4 moves. But once again, the challenge would be, can I do it in 6 moves? So that is called a bad calculator. Moving back to our thing, now we're going to talk about All 10, another online game. This one's a little more challenging. So basically, when you get onto this, you would push play and they give you 4 numbers. They gave me a 1, they're in red, a 2, and a 5. I need to do something with these 4 numbers so that it can equal a 1, equal a 2, equal a 3, equal 4, 5, all the way to 10. So if I do 5 times 1 plus 2 plus 1, and then we say equal, hold on, and then we say equal, what does that equal? That was 8. So that's already taken. Does anyone have anything out there that they can share with me so that I can create one of these? We're just using 1, 1, 2, and 5. We can divide, we can multiply, we can add, we can use parentheses. What if we did 5 plus 2 plus 1 plus, oops, plus 1. So I did 9. Anyone else have one? All right. It's okay if you don't. But this is a great way to, even if your child is just learning how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide, even having cubes there or counters to help them with you, this would be a great game. All righty. So the next thing is a math escape room. It's a math escape room. One of the things that is really important to build our mini mathematicians and build that stamina in our children is productive struggle. And one thing I learned about myself is like when it becomes a struggle, sometimes I want to be like, oh, forget this. So this math escape room is going to train you and your child productive struggles. So I'm going to show you a little bit how it works. The link is right here. The math here is multiplication. So it's easy level multiplication. The part is figuring out the escape room. So when we do this, you say play. And I'm going to move us up here. So then here you can move from room to room. So you have different rooms. And then you have to figure out stuff. So if I go here, oh, I have to put in an answer or something. If I go here, it says, oh, 8 times 8. Anybody know what 8 times 8 is?
64.
Okay, so then let's see. Oh, and guess what arrives? We got a magnifying glass. That's one of my tools. Okay. And then, oh, it's unreadable. Oh no, what do I do? If it's unreadable, what should I do there? So we get this magnifying glass. Let's see. Oh, vases. It says something about vases. Okay. So click on vases, nothing happens. Click on this door, click in this box. Okay, let's go next door. All right, couches. I'm just clicking. Oh, I don't need this magnifying glass. Let me let that go. Here, oh, 7 times 6. What is 7 times 6?
42.
42. I heard someone say 42. Let's see if that is. Oh, no, I got another tool. Now I got a hammer. Hammer was added to my inventory. Okay. I'm just clicking around. Let's go back over here. Does anyone know what we can do with the hammer? Because it gave us a clue over here to do something.
Can you smash the vases?
Oh, yeah, let's do that. All right, let's do that. So we're going to be like, woo, woo. I guess I have to do a hammer for every one of them. Okay, so now let's see what it says. 9 times 2. What is 9 times 2?
18.
18. So let's go over here. Oh, let's go in this other room. Okay, I see that. Let's see if 18 works here for us. Oh, nothing happened. Let's go back to the vases. Okay, what does this say? 3 times 4. What is 3 times 4?
12.
12. Let's see. 12. Let me see. 12. Oh no. Oh no. Goodness. Let's go back. Okay. Should we do the green or the orange? Green is 5 times 8. Orange is 12 times 6. What do we want? What is 5 times 8?
40.
All right, I heard
40.
40. Let's see. 40. Oh no, what was the other one we had? 12 times 8? 12 times 6. What is 12 times 6?
72.
72. Great. Let's see. Hopefully that's it. Oh, what? None of those worked. There must be another way to get something. Did we already do 7 times 6? Okay, I don't want to take up our whole time. So I just wanted to show you these math escape rooms. There's tons of them there. And on the slide deck, you can write down below here, you can click on there. I suggest you start low level because it's kind of hard to figure them out. And then once you figure them out, you keep on going. And I'm going to let you guys later on solve the escape room. It even times you. All right. The next piece of advice is we want to encourage your child to share their thinking. So if your child said, oh, 3 times 4, it's 7. And then we want to, our first, sorry about this. My son, my dog is barking. You want to say, no, that's not right. 3 times 4 is not 7. Instead of saying that is not right, what you want to do is go, oh, you think that 3 times 4 is 7. Can you explain your thinking? How did you get there? And then they can show you, and you can also, if they don't know how to tell you, you can also go, I know what you were thinking. You were thinking 3 plus 7. 3 plus 4 is 7. Can you now show me, what does 3 times 4 look like? How can we get 3 times 4? So we want to avoid telling them they're wrong. We want to encourage them to tell us and explain their thinking. So on this slide, 14, gives you all the questions that you can ask your child, or have them use these sentence frames to justify their thinking. They can say, I solved the problem by, I still have questions about, or let me explain why I did this. And then, so these are all sentence frame your child can use while they're explaining it to you. And then you can also use, did you think about this? I heard you say this. I wonder if, or what if you did that? Or what do you notice about this? Or what do you wonder? Because we're building mathematicians. I like it when you work hard on a problem, even when it's difficult. And remember, we want to build that math stamina. So productive struggle is so good for the students and your children. Any questions on that? Moving right along. All right, number 3. It's old school to do speed testing for multiplication, for addition, timing your kids. It builds so much stress and anxiety. I want us to say we release the speed. We release the speed. We want to build joy, wonder, curiosity in our students. We don't want them to be stressed out and feel like they have to do it in a certain amount of time. Especially when you're solving, you want to build critical thinking skills. That's not in speed. So I want to say that our new word that we're going to say is we want to build fluency without fear. Fluency without fear. So here are some games to build fluency without fear. The first one is a video, so I'll put it on slideshow. And shut the box. How many people have heard of shut the box? You can just say it out loud if you have. All right, here we go. Shut the box.
Hey, y'all, welcome to Games for Young Minds. I'm Kent here with a little game called Shut the Box. Now, Shut the Box is one of these great games that is easy enough to explain to a 5 or a 6-year-old, and yet the actual structure of the game is challenging enough that I, as an adult, am not always sure exactly what move to make during the game, and that's what makes it so much fun to play again and again with my kids. And best of all, the game only takes about a minute to play, so if you try something out and it doesn't quite work, you can always try something else next round. Let's check it out. So, Shut the Box comes with a pair of dice and a box that has these 9 doors on it with the numbers from 1 through 9 listed on them. They start in the open position, and the goal of the game is to slowly shut all of these doors until you have completely shut the box. So, how do you shut the doors? Well, you take your dice, you roll them, and you get a number like 8 in this case. Now, the goal is to close any combination of numbers that adds to 8. So, of course, I could just shut the 8 box, or I could shut 7 and 1, or I could shut 5 and 3. I could even shut 5 and 2 and 1. As long as the numbers add to 8, it's a valid move. So let me just shut 6 and 2. Then we roll again, and I rolled a 7, so I'll just shut the 7 box. Roll again, and I got a 6. Now, I don't have the 6 anymore, but I do have 5 and 1. And you just keep rolling until you roll something that you can't shut. Let's see. This is 11. I do have 8 and 3. That adds to 11. And I hope I get a 9. Oh, I got a 9. I am very close to winning my very first game of Shut the Box today. Oh, unfortunately, I rolled a 5. and the only box that I had left to close was a 4, so I'm not able to completely shut the box. Now, as you can see, this is quite a difficult game to win, which is why it's such a fun game to play solitaire. So your kids, once they know the game, they can just play over and over and over again until they finally shut the box. But if you got a few people around and they want to play a competitive version, then you can play an entire round where everybody plays one round of Shut the Box and then calculates their score. In this case, my score would be 4 because I only have the 4 door open. But if you had multiple doors, you would just add them up. And whoever has the lowest score is the winner of that round. I should mention, if you're ever in a situation where only the one door is open, then you do not need to roll both dice. You can just roll one die because if you roll 2 dice, it would be impossible to win. But in any other circumstance, you do have to roll both the dice. So that's how you play. Now, this combination of being really easy to...
Okay. So there's Shut the Box. However, we have Shut the Box if you just want to do it on paper with 2 dice, paper and pencil. Here's your directions. They also have right here online version of playing Shut the Box. You can pick your 2 people and then you can start with that. I won't be playing this one right now, but I just wanted to show you that you have options. All right. Another one, if we're going to build fluency without fear, is another way to play a game with your multiplication facts. Okay, first of all, I want to say this. If your student does not know all their multiplications, no worry. Get them a chart. Get them a chart so that they could still play. While they're doing this, they're building their fluency. And this is how close can you get to 100? So you roll 2 dice. If you get a 2 and a 4, then you know 2 times 4 is 8. They're going to be coloring in a 2 by 4 on their hundreds chart. Then they roll again. Each person takes a turn rolling. When you roll, you need to write it down on your paper. 2 times 4 equals 8. Then you roll again. Maybe you get 2 times 6, and you're going to color in 2 times 6 equals 12. So you do it at the end till you can't color in anymore. The person who has the least amount of squares that have not been colored in is the winner of the game. Any questions on this game? You will also get this handout sent to you all virtually. All right. So our next one piece of advice is math identity. The way that we think about math and how we feel about ourselves is so important. So in the chat, I want you to be honest with me. I want you to tell me how you feel about math. Like, do you say, oh, I'm a math person, I love math like me? Or you're like, I'm not good at math, our family's bad at math. What is it that comes out of your mouth naturally? Go ahead and say it in the chat. Okay, let's see. I'm good with math, but dad is great. Okay. It comes and goes, love and hate. All right, that's being honest. What else? If everyone can just share their true feelings. I was able to help him until 5th grade. Okay. Yes, I agree with the statement. Okay. Math is fun. Of course, like all the math lovers would be on this one. Okay, someone was honest. I never liked math. Okay. Dad's the math person. I'm the language person. Okay. All right. I like games though. I love math, but unfortunately I can't remember much. All right. Okay. So what I want to tell you is your brain believes whatever you tell it. It doesn't know truth. It doesn't know lies. So number one, we're going to tell ourselves that we love math and we're really good at it. And we need to model this for our children. We need to model this for our children. My son, it makes me so sad, like doesn't like math. And I love it so much and I feel so bad. Like it's so hard. So it's so important at such a young age to train the brain. The brain is malleable. It will believe what you say it. So we want to make sure that we are speaking positively about math and that we put that on our students. I see that you're a mathematician. I see that you're working hard. You can get this, okay? The other piece about it is our math identity. So I wanted you to take a moment and just reflect on your math story. Like, how was your math? Like, how did you feel about math in elementary? How did you feel about math in high school? And oh, these are way up here. How did you feel about math now? So when I was in elementary, I'm going to tell you, I was in first grade. It was my birthday. I was so excited. It was my birthday. It was in the middle of the week, and they gave us math homework. So, do you think I did my math homework? It's my birthday. No, I'm going home and I'm celebrating my birthday. So, I came to school. You're not going to believe this. And I got a spanking in front of the whole entire class because I did not do my math homework. So, I did not feel good about math in elementary. Not a good thing, right? Does anyone have a middle school story, positive or negative or neutral, about how they felt about math in middle school? Anyone?
I have stories from much later.
Oh, okay.
I was a returning college student and I got a friend of mine to tutor me every night for 2 months until I did so well I didn't have to take any of the basic math classes.
Oh, that is so good. So in college, it was really positive.
Well, having my friend help me was really positive.
So I love that.
Statistics, though, was the bane of my existence.
Yes, yes. I just do not judge. You know that on TikTok they say, I listen, I do not judge. Like literally, I had to call my son's college statistic teacher and beg, like, oh no, I can't go through this anymore. So yes, I understand. So I think it's really important that we reflect on our own math identity and we're really careful what we say to our children. When we want to say, I don't like it either, I can't, we got to change our words, change our mindset. Another thing is that sometimes people think they're not math people. I can't believe like they're like, I'm not a math person. But guess what? Guess what makes somebody a math person? You have to be a person. Okay, we're all people. And then you do something mathy. Count something, follow a recipe, notice patterns, think about money, spend money, use money, schedule a meeting, drive a car, plan a gym routine, do an equation, take measurements, understand a chart. So everybody here is a math person. We're all mathy. We're all mathy differently. So just getting that in our systems that we're all math people. Does everyone agree? I didn't hear
Yeah.
one person. Okay, thank you. Good. All right. So our next thing is we want to encourage number sense and build numeracy through fluency. So you want to do games and activities with your child that build this. And we're going to do one right now. And this is called a number sense routine, which one doesn't belong. The most amazing part about this slide is that the link is right above. So I'm going to do this one with you all, but later you have access to tons of them that you can do with your child. So I'm going to say to you which one does not belong, and then you're going to put it in the chat. Which one do you think doesn't belong? Okay, the 2 and the 4 don't belong. Okay, that's the top right. Anyone else can tell me the top right? Anyone else? Which one doesn't belong?
The top left,
The top left? Okay.
one that isn't 6.
Yes. Can you tell me why you think the top left doesn't belong?
Because it's the only one that isn't 6.
The only one that isn't 6. Thank you. I appreciate you for sharing your thinking. Thank you very much. And Beverly, can you tell me why you think the top right doesn't belong? Beverly?
I would chime in for Beverly, maybe because of the patterns.
Okay, maybe because of the pattern. Okay, can you tell me a little bit more about that pattern?
Well, you have a
I
row of
forgot I
4
could unmute.
and a row of 2.
Okay, thank you for sharing. Yes, Beverly, would you like to add to that?
Okay, because I seen that all the other ones matched each other. So I said, well, 6 and 2 doesn't match. So that's why I chose that one. I mean, I'm sorry, 4 and 2 doesn't match.
Does anyone else have a different box? So we had the bottom left, the top right. Anyone else have anything different? Okay, so, oh, I hear someone. Okay, so the best thing about which one doesn't belong, every single one, there could be a reason why it doesn't belong. So there's not one right answer. So this is so good to do with your child. Get them thinking. Ask them which one doesn't belong. Tell me why. Can you pick another box that doesn't belong? Can you give me another reason? So you can debate and go on, but there's not just one right answer. And sometimes in math, we want to say, oh, there's only one right answer and that's it. And then everybody's cut off. No, we want to know that there's multiple paths and there's multiple answers. So that's a great one to pick. And like I said, if you clicked on this link right here, you can choose other ones from right here, which ones do not belong. So there's a lot of things there to do. All right, so the next one is, let me move this because now I'm back to
left. Oh, there you go.
Okay, there we go. So the next one game will be this one. This is what is the same and what is different. So on this one, you can just say it out loud. What do you feel is the same? What is different? When you're working with your child, you definitely want to give it thinking time. Give them thinking time to look at it, to see what they notice, what they wonder, and then can give you what is the same and what is different. And now if someone would like to share, what is the same about these?
Well, they both have a combination of a long one that's in order and others that are scattered.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Anyone else?
3. Both are 23.
Thank you. Yes, they're both 23. And then we can say what is different.
One of them is messier than the other.
Oh, okay.
And one of them it has 2 10s and the other has 1 10.
Oh, yeah, I like that. I see that one of them has 110 and one has 210s. Well, thank you very much. I'm seeing our time is going, but I'm loving that the kids are participating and having fun with us today. All right. So I'm going to go quickly through these. There's would you rather. Would you rather go on a 5-minute shopping spree in the department store of your choice or receive 2,000 gift card to the department store of your choice? So there's tons of would you rather. Would you rather have this? I mean, it goes on, but because I have 7 minutes, I'm going to go quicker. Then there's a think, notice, and wonder. Just looking at a picture, what do you notice? What do you wonder? Do you see a pattern? A link there with some other great ones. The last parent advice that we want to say is we really want to encourage a growth mindset. So when we start saying like, oh, you're really good at math, we really want to honor what they did. I really like the way you solved that. I really like the way you explain the way you solved that. Or I like the strategy that you used. Or you made a mistake and then you caught your mistake and then you tried it again. Or I like that you persevered through that math problem. That was challenging, but you didn't give up. So you want to be very specific with your praise with your students. We want them to have a growth mindset. So some things that you can have your child say is, I can always improve. Mistakes help me learn. Every time you make a mistake, you are learning a new thing and you're growing a new neuron. If you don't make mistakes, you're not learning. And if you're not learning, you're not growing. So mistakes are part of the process. I can learn anything I want to. I like to challenge myself. So you want to give your child phrases to help them build as their mathematician. Also, you want to celebrate students and their growth. You want to celebrate your child and their growth. So as they grow, like on their iReady diagnostic, if they're growing, which you definitely want to ask them to see how much they've grown, you want to celebrate every bit of growth. Oh, I noticed that yesterday you were struggling with these two problems, and today I noticed that you have it easier. I noticed that you were able to do 15 problems today, and yesterday you were only able to do 10. Great job. So you want to celebrate them and their growth. And why celebration matters is because we're boosting their confidence. We encourage growth mindset. We foster a positive learning environment, which we want at school and at home. It enhances motivation and engagement, and it builds a stronger relationship between you and your child when you keep on pressing them and letting them know that you see them growing and you're so proud of them. The benefits, it builds resiliency, encourages curiosity, it fosters, which is so important. It develops critical thinking and it strengthens confidence. So I try to get that done. We have 3 minutes left. Does anyone have questions or anything? I was so excited to be here today. I'm going to stop sharing.
Oh,
So
can I actually have you share since I have one more page at the end? But feel free
yes.
to feel free to you can either unmute yourself, um, and ask your question, or you can also put it on the chat and then I can ask on your behalf if you prefer.
Are we going to be able to get a copy of this? I don't know, PDF or
Yes,
is that?
yes, yes. So I'll go ahead and drop the link again in the chat, but you will be able to get a copy of all of this, the presentation, certain PDFs that are not linked or embedded within the presentation. We'll also have those separately so that you can also download them and print them out yourself. And I'll
Thank you so much.
Of course, I'll grab that link right now and drop it in one more time.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that link I clicked on earlier
No,
was,
yeah, no worries, no worries.
but
It's
it's in
not
there
it.
somewhere, right?
Yes, and it'll be on there by the latest tomorrow evening, just so that it gives us time to make sure we upload all the correct documents.
Awesome. Thank you again.
Yes, of course. Does anybody else have any other questions for Miss Kim?
I had a question about one of the games, but I can't remember which game it was. I asked if they do they have to start over with one. I forgot which game it was. I forgot.
Hi,
Oh,
teacher.
I'm
Hello.
sorry.
Are you speak Spanish?
hi, Reina. Yes, nada más nos da un minuto y vamos a terminar con la pregunta que hicieron anteriormente.
Okay, okay.
Sorry, Beverly. I think the question was go up slide 8, Kim. And I
This
think
one?
it was the pig game towards the end.
Oh yeah. So when you're rolling dice, if you're rolling 2 dice, if you roll 1 1, you get 0 for that round. But if you roll 2 1s, you get 0 for all the rounds you had already played before.
Okay, so you just start over. That's basically
Oh
it.
no, so you start at 0, but
Okay.
it keeps on going until the first person who gets 100.
Oh, okay.
So eventually you could say stop because you don't want to be too greedy, right? You can say, I'm going to keep on rolling. And then I feel like, oh, okay, that's a good enough number. I don't want to get a 1. So I'm going to stop and take that score.
Okay. Like shooting dice, basically.
Yeah, but
Okay.
they're practicing their fluency, their numeracy fluency.
Yeah. Okay. And then where do we get the documents? This is my first time here.
Well,
So,
welcome, Beverly. Thank you for joining us. I dropped a link in the chat,
okay.
and then that link will take you directly to a page where we essentially add all of our workshop content on there directly. So you can see this workshop, and then you'll be able to see any past workshops that we've had this school year as well.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Ms. Knudsen, if I can have you go to the last page, because I know it's 7 o'clock. I am going to ask the mom that had her question in Spanish, and then we'll translate. Señora Reina, ¿todavía tenía una pregunta?
Sí, ¿para qué se trate? Es lo que pasa es que me tocó trabajar, apenas llegué.
Oh, ok. Señora Reina, yo me pongo en comunicación con usted y le puedo dar la información separada porque ya terminamos el taller.
Sí, ya sé, por eso es que apenas llegué.
No se preocupe, yo me pongo en contacto con usted. Es la mamá de PHS, ¿verdad?
Entonces, ¿le espera? Sí, yo soy la mamá de Giselle. ¿Le espera en video o cómo?
No se preocupe, yo le llamo mañana.
Oh, ok, está bien.
Ok,
Voy a
Reina.
llamar cualquier hora mañana.
Gracias, Reina.
Sorry.
No se preocupe.
Está bien, gracias.
Adiós.
Adiós.
Okay, so if everyone, I hope that everyone enjoyed our workshop. Thank you so much, Ms. Knudsen, for all your help and your expertise. You definitely make math feel fun, that's for sure, and I love it because then that helps me with my first grader as well. So if we could please ask you all to fill out our survey. It's three quick questions. Really just wanted to know what you thought of it and if there are any other topics that you're interested in that you would like for us to present on. We would greatly appreciate it. And then we also have a list of all of our upcoming workshops for between now and the end of the school year. And I wanted to distinctively point out 2 of them. One is our iReady family support session that we will have next week. It will be a virtual session. And then secondly would be the Math Fun in the Sun, which will be with Ms. Kim Knudsen again. And that one will be in person here at the district office. And then that way she can kind of just show us a little bit more of some other engaging games that we can play with our kids during the summer. So
What do you think if they brought their kids or not? How is that?
Yeah, we could figure something out. I usually if you're not following us now, I would we use our social media platforms a lot, Facebook and MySpace, and our handle is PUSD Faces. Um, again, PUSD Faces. We do post a lot of content on there. This type of presentation we will also post on there. We'll post the links where you can gather this information and just workshops or events that are happening across the school district. So if we don't
I
have
hope everybody loves math just a little bit more today. I hope it brought you joy.
Awesome. Thank you again, Ms. Knudsen, and thank you everyone for joining us this evening. Have a great night.